building.
Uh-oh.
And there they go.
Uh-oh.
And there they go. And there they go.
Bly Fly.
Blah, blah.
Miss Finesse.
And Miss Finesse.
And Mr. Bly. Who gets all of the shit started. Right there.
Yeah, they do.
That's who the one to get it all started every week.
Mm-hmm.
They get it started. Look at them saying hey to
They
everybody.
jump off.
Getting ready to get it started right
The
now.
jump off.
He can't wait for somebody, for him to go rebuttal.
Tell me what to say. What's the top?
You just came in time.
All right, this is how we do it. The grown man conversation.
Yeah.
Me and Yolanda, we had a heavy subject.
Yeah, we did.
Tab had a friend that put up on Facebook about who created the myth that black men ain't protecting black women no more.
Mm-hmm.
So then we had, come on in,
Come on in, sis.
come on in the
What's-
room.
Is that Fantasia?
Look at her, she got a little, they sliding out, they
Miss
sliding out.
Diana's in the building.
All right, Miss Tyler. Y'all have a good
Bye.
night.
Have a good evening.
What's her name?
Diana.
Diana. That's cool in the game. Y'all don't know nothing about that. So since we got Rico Barrino in the room tonight, huh?
Oh, no, never mind.
Who you talking to?
Myself.
Okay, don't do that. We got Rico Barrino in the room
Yes,
tonight.
we do. Rico Barrino.
We want to talk about the music.
My nephew.
They say music calmed the savage beast. But what I want to say is, and we always say the music of today, but music is ongoing. But I'm going to use it too. The music of today don't sound like the music of yesterday. Or back in the day, should I say?
Right.
What are we missing? Now I might just be bugging because I'm 51. So I might be like, look, Tom, Future ain't your thing. Lil Baby ain't your thing. You know what I mean? Now some of it is, because that boy O.T. Genesis got that joint. You know what I mean? Trying to get back to the money. Everybody mad. See what I mean? Now I'm 51. I ain't supposed to know them lyrics. Why am I singing that on the way to the mosque? Everybody mad. Assalamu alaikum. What same old brother from the block?
Hey,
Same
hey,
old
hey.
brother. I should know those lyrics.
I know, but
I
love
do.
it. I do too.
Okay? Just like I know spend this shit and get it right back. That was my
Hey,
joint too.
hey,
That
hey,
day.
spin that check
I
and
like
get
that
it
too.
right back.
Now Yolanda like that one. Look back at it. Rap that. I think that's silly.
Right back.
I think that's silly.
No,
Okay? I think that's silly.
it's not silly.
But she like it.
I love it.
And be on the lookout for the new banger that's going around the country heavy. Fireflies by my nephew Jay Hines.
Yeah.
That's dope. So what we asking tonight is old school, new school, lean the nerd no. No, I messed that up. Let me try it again. Old school, new school, need to learn though.
Yeah, there
I
you
burn, baby, burn like this to inferno.
Yeah,
There we
there you
go.
go.
What is the disconnect with the music of today and the music from yesterday? What is it missing?
Yeah.
If it's missing anything, if it ain't missing nothing, you be like, it ain't missing nothing.
Oh, it's missing.
I love it. Hip hop, R&B, country,
Yep.
soul, gospel. That's all us. That's all. You know where that. You know all that started. Don't play.
Yeah.
So what is the music missing? Rico, we ain't gonna let you talk now, cause you making the music.
Right.
So you know we
And you
gonna
making
come to
the
you.
real music.
Cause everything you drop is banging to me, boy.
But we all gonna bring you
I
up.
tried to tear your auntie ass up on that California. You hear me?
What?
Try to tear her ass up on that California.
I
said,
didn't hear that.
I told her come in the room with some heels. I'm acting like I'm flying you in.
And I need to hear that.
Put
before you go.
something in your panties. I'm flying you in with them things, with
Okay,
the birds.
and I'm about to get on the flight. And I need to hear that from you
From
before you
Canada.
go.
Y'all come on in.
Yes,
welcome.
to Grown Man Conversation.
Welcome. Get you something to eat, get you something to drink, put your Louis purse where we can see it.
Yes, yes.
Okay?
Welcome, come on in.
Come on in, mama.
Yes.
This is what we doing.
Yeah.
Come on in, tax. All right? Get you a seat, a
Tats
chair.
on tats on tats.
Get you something to drink, something to eat, put your purse where we can see it. Okay? I'm trying to
We
help
don't
you.
want no problem.
Right, we don't want no problem. Woo! Why we so hyped tonight?
I don't know.
We just hyped.
We are really
And get
hyped.
right to the house and fall asleep.
Right?
So look, Tana, what are we missing? You a DJ, and one of the best at it. What are we missing with the music today? If we missing anything?
I think you know what it is.
I think the music of today is missing. It's two things. It's missing soul, and it's too upfront. Like back day, if a nigga wanted some pussy, he'll be around the bush, call it something else. Nowadays, niggas just be like, yo, I want some pussy, come on over. You know what I mean? So it's too direct or not indirectly enough, and it's no soul. Like Rico got.
All right.
The white boys is the one with all the soul there.
Clap it up. And I'm not sure if Tone mentioned this, but after everyone makes a comment in here, we all clap. Because we know that one of the greatest fears out there, besides getting shot from a cop or getting caught cheating
I did say that.
from what you did.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they wasn't clapping like
You
said
weren't
it.
paying attention.
Well, I need y'all to clap, damn it. I mean, anybody give a comment, you gonna clap it up. So they gonna clap for you if you talk. That's right.
And I'd like to apologize
Go music.
because I don't know what Yolanda had in her cup, but she's starting off very aggressive.
No, I'm not.
The Tab said the music is missing soul.
Yeah.
He said it's too aggressive. He said back in the day, brother would say the same thing to a female, but it was more go around your elbow to get to your thumb. It was some intrigue. Now it's come on over, take your panties off. I'm gonna beat it up.
Right, we're gonna jump it off.
And that will be quick.
Right.
You're gonna twerk, and we're gonna watch Netflix.
Right.
Okay, so that's a lot to do that's a lot to do in a night.
And that's not it for the grown women out here.
No.
The grown women want something more than just for you to beat it up and for us to watch the Netflix and you to tell me how you gonna break my back.
Well, first of all, you can beat it up is cute. That's for the young boys. I'm talking about beat it up. You can't be beaten up
You really ain't beating
because
it up.
kids, 8.5 pounds fall out of there.
Yeah.
What the hell you beating up?
Right.
You better bring a drum to the
You ain't
bedroom.
got no 8.5 pound
Beat that
turkey
up.
leg.
Mr. Block, I see you was waiting for the microphone. You couldn't wait.
Look at him.
You couldn't wait.
Look at him.
Go
Look
ahead.
at him. I know he got something to say.
You got to hold it.
Tone just want me to say something.
I do.
But what we're missing is that get me back to slow dancing. You know what I mean?
Slow dance.
They don't slow dance in the club no more. But I'm gonna tout my family song.
You gotta grind with it.
My family got a banger called FaceTime. That joint is
FaceTime.
fire.
Tab, you ain't got no FaceTime?
Fire. And
Who
when you
was that by?
Rico.
Oh,
That's my family.
oh, I need to hear some
Look.
FaceTime.
You got to get on that FaceTime because that's bringing the R&B back. That's bringing the slow jam back in the club. So when you want to tap somebody on the show, say, now can I have this dance? That's the time we need to be bringing back to this music stuff.
Yeah.
Clap it up, y'all. Clap it up.
Clap it up. Thank you for that.
It's called FaceTime. Me and Rico working on a remix right now. That's called Sit on My Face.
I was gonna say, yeah.
You're gonna love that one. You're gonna
Right.
They start off clean off your screen. That's the free. Clean. And some Fabuloso. Listen.
Fabuloso.
If you ain't got Fabuloso in your house, boy, you are not in 2019.
That's right.
Fabuloso smell like God in the living room.
Baby, it take weeks.
With his legs
smell away
crossed.
Every smell away.
What? God in the room with his legs crossed with that Fabuloso and the purple bottle. Don't get that green.
You can hear angels when you put that.
Come on in, Mama. What are you doing? We're talking about Fabuloso.
That's it.
And the purple bottle at Dollar Tree where you get that extra 20%.
Yeah.
Huh? And that's mine, that extra 20%. I wiped down everything. I took a shower last night in Fabuloso.
So you did.
Okay, I did. I'm a comedian. I
We
can say what I
wipe
wanna
down
say.
the shower.
I can say what I want to say. Are you?
Taking my light too.
You got one more time to push me out the way here.
Give me some of the light.
Now I can tell, I don't know what you had on the way here, but you're aggressive. Vanessa, she aggressive, like she does some
It's
goddamn
just my
carnival.
nephew in the building tonight. We
Don't let Rico see
He
it.
got me aggressive tonight.
But don't let Rico get you that Betty Shabazz moment.
Go
Have
ahead,
you heard
Malcolm.
what Malcolm said in the movie? Betty
Brother
shut right
Malcolm.
up in that living room.
Go ahead, Brother Malcolm.
Don't you raise your voice in my house. Betty was like, all right, then put the kids to bed. He ain't playing. So what are we missing in the music today? I'm making my way to the back, ladies, and I'm on here from the ladies too, because I hear a lot of ladies call me on the radio, and not that what we play, but you talk about the lyrics. Lyrics is big. Nephew, what you say? Is something missing in the music today?
Substance.
Whoa!
All right.
That boy said substance. Yeah.
Clap on that.
Clap for
Clap on
that.
that.
Definitely something.
Matthew, when you talk about substance, give them an example of what you're talking about.
Something that you can use and bring back to your people.
Something that you can use and bring back to the people.
All right.
They dropping gems over here.
Better feed the kids.
Marvin said, brother, what's going on? Ain't there's too many of you dying,
Yeah.
right? Huh?
Huh?
Now, what we bringing back? What we bringing back? My son should know everything not to do with a young lady
Right.
off of what he hears. That damn sure ain't what you do. That's what you don't do.
Right.
Okay? Because everything they singing about gonna get you a charge. Now you can go ahead and do like the rappers if you want to. Go ahead and just grab her by her ass when she walking through the club and see you're gonna be calling it.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna have to go to the cigar box and get that little vacation money me and your mama set aside for Cabo. I'm gonna have to get you out on that bail.
Yeah. And you gonna stay in that because you're gonna take it by vacation money.
Right. And I tell my son all the
So
time.
you about to stay until I get back from Cabo.
I tell my son all the time, if you want to stand out, do what's right. Because everybody doing what's wrong. And boy, if you step to a female like you got some respect and some manners, it's about to be a problem.
Yeah.
Because don't nobody give a damn about that no more. So if you trumping a hey shorty or a yo bitch, and they answer to that. Some of them young girls turn their head right around, and we know it ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to.
Yeah.
All right, but they get caught in the lyrics and the music. They think that's cute. Okay? Real Housewives of Atlanta. Boo, you in the 11th grade. You sit down somewhere and no man got no, supposed to be calling you no bitch, and you answer to that? If you walk in your house, call your mama bitch. Y'all wouldn't look at each other like something wrong, but you think that's cute? So all that music teaching my son what not to do. He got to go back and listen to the Al Green
Yeah.
to know what to do. When Al told you when you lost your girl, blah, don't look so sad. I know it's over, but life goes on, and this world keep on turning, boy. Hold your head up.
Come on.
There's more fish in the sea.
Hey.
Now the young boy telling you, put your head down
Come on, man.
Okay.
And drop it like it's
and
hot.
have a happy meal. You don't even know. You're about to be in the health department the next day with your mouth on a poster. All right, let me keep going.
They want a slim waist with a little twerk on the.
All that big booty. We don't care about that.
No.
She got a big booty, but she can't cook. She got a big booty, so I call her big booty.
Hey,
Make everything in the microwave. I'll take a flat ass that can cook from scratch.
Or a little tootie booty.
Oh, and that
They know
bubble
how
ass.
to hook it up too. Come on, man.
No, everything on the goddamn menu. You know, they got specials tonight at Red Lobster. They got a special tonight in that kitchen too.
That's right, they sure do.
Better get your YouTube video.
And when you real with it, you know how to make a makeshift meal. Meaning it ain't nothing up in that cabinet, but by the time you finish, you done took shit from that cabinet and made a whole meal for them babies. Hey.
Hey, Finesse, you feeling it tonight? Can you tell?
I am.
Finesse, can you black? Can you tell? And I ain't got nothing.
It's the
I don't know what it is.
It's the pineapple martinis here at Sports
One.
One.
Oh, I got my own hat. We would not go through that again, Black.
No, we ain't doing that no more.
See how she's saying something about everything? Okay, let's keep going. I want to ask some of these ladies.
Yeah, please do.
What do y'all like to listen to? What are we missing in today's music? Ladies?
Come on.
Huh? What are we missing?
How about we
Ladies?
go to these beautiful ladies who
Oh, I'm getting ready to walk up to them just like
Oh, yeah.
first grade.
Who walk
They're going to have to tell me what they did with their homework. They see
on
the
grown man
They
conversation.
don't see me. I'm coming right here to the green. Right here to it, Diana. What is it in the music nowadays that's missing?
It's not all right.
Oh, that was a good one. Did you hear that? Y'all need to clap.
It's
Y'all
not.
need to clap. She said it's not authentic.
It's not authentic.
It's not authentic. Somebody in here right now, name me an authentic song that you like to hear.
Followers.
Well, why'd you say her name was
Because
Diana?
I thought it was when I first saw her. But this is someone else.
Followers. Followers.
Love.
Follow us.
This is love.
What's that?
And all we need is some love.
Rico.
There's
Okay.
love.
Rico, name a song besides Rico's song. But we're going to showcase him.
Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap.
All right.
Nipsey Hussle. Victory Lap. Ooh. What's the song one of you ladies love besides Luther?
And let's get her name too, because they
You
want
love Luther? What's your name, Mom? This is Shelly with the sexy arm tattoo.
And the pretty lipstick. Everybody say what's
I wasn't
up
gonna
to
say nothing
Shelly.
about the lipstick, okay? I wasn't gonna say nothing
I
about
like
it.
that purple.
I seen it though. They pop it. That lip gloss is
Okay,
popping.
don't get too extra.
Miss Vanessa, Miss Vanessa.
Miss Shelley,
You see what I told
wife,
you?
and
Cloud, you see where it's going?
That's
She
right.
need water the rest of the
That's
night.
right. I shut it down on TV.
What song do you like by Luther?
On the street.
A house is not a home.
A house is not a home.
That's Stephanie Mills?
Luther Town? And you a DJ. We on Luther. When Luther was telling you, baby, a house ain't a home. You come home and you by yourself, you ain't got nothing.
What did Luther
You
say?
need somebody, that's what Luther was telling you. You need somebody with you to make it complete. Do. That's how Luther did that down right there, baby.
That's that one where you talking
That's how Luther did it, Rico.
What else you say?
That's all I can do.
talking to Ricky though.
What? Don't do that. Don't do that, Charlie. Don't do that. You Jersey heathen, you. Right. Right. We playing gospel and the trap song. What's one of the reasons music has changed? What is it missing? What is it missing?
I think what nephew said, the authenticity, or whoever said it.
Why is it not authentic? Why is it not authentic?
Because I think we have overnight sensations and wonder sensations from YouTube and from social media and all of that. And I think when someone does something, if they get a whole lot of viewers or a whole lot of followers or likes or comments, then the big brother, I'm gonna say that, which is to me the person who looks down to see what the black culture is doing, to see what we buy into, to see what we feed into. He's looking at that. So he ends up funneling money or putting a little handler in front of that person and make them go viral. And then all that does is send a message to all of us to think that, oh, that's cool, that's what's in, that's what's up. So we got not only the young girls, but the middle girls and the grown women acting like Cardi B's right now. Not knocking Cardi, because I love her, and I think she's doing what she's doing. I'm not gonna knock her hustle. However, you know what I mean? To me, there's something that gets away from the true authenticity of music, the true authenticity of rap, the true authenticity of a woman and how we should present ourselves and who we are. Because it's hard to call yourself a queen,
Right.
but then you sitting there dropping it and you got your ass out and everybody popping it, you know what I mean? It ain't nothing queendom about that. So you're not gonna get those kind of queendom things. And for the uneducated women who don't get it, or who might need that kind of nourishment or encouragement or some kind of mentorship, they gonna think that this is a queen. And then it causes real queens like me to call out a chick who might have been having fun at the club the other day, but I called her a clown. Because my DJ posted it up and was like, this is one of the most highlighting moments of the club. And I was like, that's not highlighting. That's buffoonery, that's clownery. Like, we having fun, but that ain't the most highlighted moment.
Right, but
I know I done got off, but we talking about the music,
Right.
damn it.
That ain't got nothing.
And that's what the
they
music
over there
is.
looking at TV like, what the hell is Yolanda talking
No,
about?
they not.
Okay.
They hear me.
First of all, you called her a clown because that liquor told you to put that in the comment box.
It did, but that
Right.
looks speak truth.
Right. So
That liquor
you don't call nobody no clown because they having fun at the club.
No, you don't.
Okay? And then you call them a clown and put 10 clown faces behind it. I
Only
was
put
like, Yolanda, you don't do no shit like this.
I did not put 10.
And
I
then she
put
talking about, oh,
3.
hey, nephew, she talking about, oh, that was that liquor. Then she deleted it.
I didn't mean to do that. I did go back and delete it. I did. I ain't gonna front.
Rico,
I did. 'Cause I
you
don't
don't
want
sit
the
down
problem.
somewhere.
I don't want the problem.
You
And
don't
I can't fuck
go
and
watch
flip
some
on
Joel
everybody.
Osteen and sit
So
down.
I ain't even want to bring that heat. But it was clownish. I can say it face to face, woman to woman, damn it. It was
Yolanda,
clownish.
who is testing you tonight? Oh, I want to know.
I don't know.
Good God. Great.
I don't know.
She
I
act like she on Crenshaw. Because this is what it is.
I'm first. Hey, I'm first. Shelly, that's right, Shelly.
Can I speak on peace?
Yes, you can. Come on, Tab. Let me
Keep your speak. Speak it.
You can't even
Do
say
what-
it.
Because you done got me messed up.
My thing was, I wasn't highlighting the moment, saying that was the best moment of the night. I
Don't
was just
go back and
highlighting the
forth on
energy
that.
in the night. That's all. It was the energy in the night.
And I'll accept that. But one thing about women, we pay attention to detail. So when I was reading the post, it did not say energy. It just said one of the highlights. And all I saw was a woman that was shaking, you know what I'm saying, her voluptuous ass on the screen. Yeah, and I might have been mad because my ass was bigger than hers. That could have been a real reason. But again, going back to the music,
The hell with the topic was tonight. Okay, Yolanda got, we had 4 topics.
I'm being so sincere. Look, this is what grown man conversations is about. You're supposed to come out here and speak your truth. If you can't come out here and speak your truth and we agree to disagree, or everyone still applaud and clap for whatever your comment is, then why are we doing it? So I'm trying to speak my truth because you never know. Somebody else may speak up about something. And it's a topic that we talk about. We talk about it in the beauty shop. We talk about it sometime at home with our girlfriends on the phone. Did you see her? Blah, blah, blah. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And by no means did I know that sister. And I feel like she was to me, and that's the reason why I said something, because I'm from the old school, even though I look young. Like, she was too beautiful to have to shake her ass like that and do that. Like, that's so much more than you. And she had so much of it that all she had to do was walk by, everybody was gonna see it. You ain't have to shake it to make it, you know what I'm saying, more. So that's just where I am with it.
Thank you, Yolanda. Please clap, y'all, before she comes to your table. Look at Jamie come now. He's like, look here, hold on there. I'm gonna talk to you outside. So we still want to know, D. Glenn, what's missing in the music?
Please tell us, D.
From your perspective, from your point of view.
I think there's not a message in the music. Like back in the days, well, the message that I'm looking for.
Yeah, you
or the
don't see
message
it.
that I'm used to hearing. Like back in the days, it was a message that, you know, it made you think about something, or it made you feel something, or it took you back to that moment. Like some of the music that my son listens to, if I hear more than 3 cuss words, turn it off. So, but I'm listening, I'm like, so what are they talking about? What are they saying? I'm trying to get to that deeper message. I'm trying to get to something that makes you feel something, or something that you can relate to, a situation in life, or a situation, you know, in a relationship. You know what I mean? So
right.
I just don't feel it. I don't feel that message. I don't feel that thing that I can relate to.
I get that. She's looking for the message. Y'all clap about that. Clap for that.
For the message.
That song for me, Rocket Love.
Rocket Love by Stevie Wonder. Okay, you went back old school with that.
That has that message.
I'm gonna tell you a young lady that's out there right now who I love, and that's her. Okay? That's between focus, but that could have been.
You feel it.
You feel that? You feel that? Boy, listen, fellas, don't you play could have been in the house, and your lady walk in, and then you got it, you like it, you done put it on repeat. It's gonna start again. You about to get cussed out because she about to ask you, who in the hell are you thinking about, or who done text you today, or who done hit you on your DM? You around here talking about could have been. But those are the kind of lyrics that catch your attention, connected to your soul, connected to your heart.
Yeah.
The songs I used to hear and used to pull over. They don't even have music like that. I remember I used to hear something used to hit you so hard, you used to pull over and listen to it. You had to pull over and finish listening to it. Or you hear something and you get to the crib, now you done called her. Or you done sent her a text message because you heard something on the radio, like Snow Allegra, that I like having you around. Don't nobody gravitate to no song like that no more, even though it's dope and the message is dope, because ain't nobody saying that to nobody no more.
Right.
It ain't too many couples waking up in the morning to my, hey, I like having you around. You know that, I like you. It ain't too much of that going on. So when you hear a feel-good song like that, and you say, yo, I'm sending this one out to so-and-so, well, you look corny. Because the majority of the people in the room ain't got nobody to send it to. So now you look corny. Well, why you gotta look corny? Just because you like somebody enough to send them this song, and that's the message you want to give across to them. Why you gotta be corny? Boys quiet. Know you ladies should be saying something to that.
That's right.
Because you're the temperature gauge for the music. Whatever you dance to, Whatever you co-sign, that's what they're gonna keep coming out with.
Yeah.
And they're gonna keep coming out with it until you be like, man, enough is enough. Because my little daughter, 4 years old, and she can twerk, but she can't say ABCs.
Right. So
See?
that's what we want into the program.
That's the disconnect.
And the programming piece of it, right?
That's the disconnect.
That's what I was just about to say, that we sit here and you just said, you know, the stuff that the women dance to and what they want to hear and what they want to move to. But what happens is, there's times when I've seen it, the DJ will play the R&B stuff. He'll play the Usher, or he'll play the Jodeci, and he'll even play it with the hip hop mix and twist to it. But it's not until he starts playing that loop or into that music that's talking about, you know what I mean, the swing waist with the twerk on her and all of that, that's when he sees the women move into a DJ. He feeds into the crowd, and he feeds into the energy of the people that are moving on the dance floor. So if no one is moving to the R&B, but then they're moving into the twerk stuff and into the stuff that gets you hyped and make you drop it on the floor, which got your 2-year-old niece or daughter dropping it on the floor, then what are we saying? So that's why I went on to the rant that I went on to a little bit earlier ago. But then what are we saying? Are we sending a mixed signal? Because we all sitting in here saying we want the real music, but then when the DJ put on the real music, we sitting there chilling, we ain't doing it. But the minute he put on something that twerk and pop, we all on the floor, dancing on each other back and twerking and popping.
Well, I think that depends on your demo. Because 40 and over ain't twerking on nobody's back or popping. 25 and under. Well, I'm talking as a collective. Y'all are talking individually. I'm talking as a collective. You know what I mean? I'm talking as a collective. And the only reason I'm using that is because traditionally, the older the age, the more mature the atmosphere. The younger the age, it's just like when you say 18 to get in, 21 to drink. So when you say 40 and over, you really don't come to a realization of an image with a lot of older women twerking. It might be feel-good music, they might pull the dance back because they remember how they did it. But for the majority of them, that's not the go-to. If you go to 21, 18, 19, you expect that. When you put on that type of music, they gravitate to that too. But in the same sense, Tab can put on Luke for an 18-year-old female, she don't know about Luke. So you have to put on Cardi B for the young girl. So it depends on the individual, because you said when we put on the real music, each individual in here has their own definition of what's real music.
Right. And what I was reading was
Some people twerk the gospel.
Right. But what I was doing was giving it to from my experience of what I've seen when I've been in the club and I hear the music. But we have a beautiful young lady who wants to get a comment.
I just want to say I think the mixture of music should be accepted in culture. Because we got to accept all age ranges. I have a 20-year-old. And when I'm driving, she's my DJ. So she starts thumping all, like, I'm not even gonna name half of, you know, and I thump with that music with her. I like it. I just think it depends on where you are, you know, how you feeling. You know, mood is everything, you know, because if you're at home, you listen to something different. If it's you and your man, you listen to something different. When, like I said, when my daughter's riding with me, I let her play whatever she wants, and she laughs at me because, you know, she's always with the camera, and she'll catch me, and I sit there, I'm just, you know, 1 minute I'm lame, but, you know, she'll catch me doing something, she just start laughing. So, I mean, I think it just all depends, you know. What's sad is that with the average hip-hop song, I mean, the stuff that they saying, like, it's a bit much, and it's, you know, it's not something to be proud of. Right, but again, you know, some people are singing about what they go through, and, you know, that's their life, and that's how they see things. Again, it's sad, but it is what it is. At some point, we do have to accept, you know, it's not cool, but we got to accept it to a certain extent. And then let's just hope and pray that 5 years from now, we can switch it back or bump into a different lane where, you know, you can put a little something in it about the streets, and but like the sexual stuff, all of that, that's never cool. You know what I mean? No woman or man or young woman or young lady should, you know, nobody should be speaking about sex in the song. Even if the sugar did it, because like everybody don't want to hear what he's talking about either, because just not, I mean, you couldn't really, thinking about it didn't work for everybody. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, y'all clap it up.
Clap for.
We have another comment from Love. I love the ladies' comment and giving their feedback on this.
Come on.
Gotta say.
Just going on what she's saying, like adapting to the music. The problem is when people want to make music, it's not authentic because when they put it out, everybody's just like, oh, this isn't it. We don't like that. And they keep forcing the culture of, what's the girl? The city girls. Mm-hmm. Everywhere you go, it doesn't matter where you go, if the crowd is 30 plus, 21 and up, you hear them all the time. So even if people want to hear different stuff and enjoy different music, it's not always accepted in the Black culture. We just need to be more open to people's thought process and the way that they make music, and hopefully after that comes growth. So when they hear that, like, wow, what I made, that is not it. Like, that was really immature to me, and they get a more mature sound that sounds like substance. Like he said, I think the music needs more substance too. That's all.
All right, y'all clap it up.
Nice.
Thank you for those comments.
What is her name, Delana? It's not Diane.
That was Love.
That's Love.
Yes.
There we go. Love always wins.
Always.
Mr. Bly has a comment.
All right, let me hear from Professor Bly.
If you think about music and the origin of music, how music began, it's pretty much a brainwash, because the music today is always in rotation. You can hear a song one time and you don't like it, but if you hear it every day, all day, it's going to be in your mind. You're going to think about it, and then you're going to start singing those lyrics. But if you think about how music really began, and it was a message that was sent out to our culture about, we need to do this. Think about what happened to Bob Marley. He was assassinated. That's what we say. He was assassinated because he had a message for the masses. Tupac had a message for the masses. Sam Cooke had a message for the masses. There's a trend there, right? Because all of them died at a young age. So if we think about what is being said in those messages, how they cut those messages off short, you'll never be able to end it. Nipsey Hussle had a message.
Clap it up for Mr. Bly, y'all. Clap it up.
Yep. We digging back the layers now, baby.
I asked Rico Barrino, who was in the game, and I asked him, what does he think is missing? And we were just talking about back in the day, when grown folk, they would tell you, we don't mind, we don't care what you listen to over there. But in here, this is what you're gonna listen to. So that was your foundation. Now you found everything else when you went out, but in here, this is what you're gonna listen to. We were talking about how now it seems that babies having babies syndrome is a cause and effect when it comes to music. I'm still young, but I have a kid. I'm not listening to no Luther. I'm still listening to T.I. I'm still listening to the baby, even though I got a baby. Because I don't feel like I'm old enough to move over here. You got that going on in it. So who better to hear from than somebody that's in the game, somebody that's got hits in the game, somebody who has an old soul, somebody who, when we were talking earlier, he said, that's the problem, I'm big brother and little brother. I can do the young stuff over here, and I can come right back over here and flip with the old soul. And it's like, yo. So Rico, you got the floor. Will you tell how you feel about what's missing in the music and what we were talking about earlier?
I feel like, I guess, so first, before I even, give my view or
Right.
opinions, because they're only opinions, I wanna hear from everybody in the room, because this will tell you where we at and who we dealing with.
Okay.
So I want to know, y'all can just shout it out. What do you feel like the most #1 played old school song in America or the world? What is the name of that song? If you can guess this, I'm sure half the room can guess. the most number one played old school song to this day. On the count of 3, I want y'all to say it. 1, 2, 3.
Frankie Devil.
Before I let go.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
So there you go. So watch this. It's not the fact that we missing something. It's the fact that, like I told you before, we went through this era of babies having babies. You know what I mean? From the 80s, the 90s, etc.
Yeah.
At that time, we all remember, if you can recall, when Luke Skywalker came out, remember him and a couple other rap artists, they had to go to Supreme Court. You know what I mean? For the lyrics, freedom of speech. So, now we're gonna get deep. We're gonna get even deeper. Let's talk about how, and I'm sure Tab can, he definitely can relate. You talking about generation and generation and generation. You talking about us coming over, I'm getting deep, us coming over to this country and using music to identify so the slave masters wouldn't know what we were talking about. And you talking about that becoming a whole universal thing through America. That's how we cope with stuff. So we get all the way up to the day. Now, when they abolished slavery, what happened? No more chains. You can't control us no more. So now you see all this culture, you see all this talent coming out, right? So what does the government say? Well, if I can't keep you down with chains, I'll let you kill yourself. Whoa. Right? So, what do you say? Feel free to say whatever you want to say. So, watch this. Let me show you how we recycle this. So, they say, have at it. We're going to even loan you the money. We're going to let you hang yourself. We're going to loan you the money to say whatever you want to say. Because it's freedom of speech. It's culture. It's freedom. It's what we do when we push in the movement. And what happens after 5 years after you've been saying the same message? It gets old. So now we got to think of something else to do. And you go and say something else, it gets old. So let's think about, let's say hip hop being, it's about what, over 30, almost 40 years now? Let's think about it. 40 years of trying to figure out what else can you say. While the government sit back and say, well, let them kill their own self. Y'all say whatever y'all want to say. Because what happens is, let me show you how this works. The young kid who is mesmerized by what's being said to whoever they think is cool, they take in every word. Now we done got mature. Somehow we made it through because we were those young kids. But we made it through. Why? Because the music wasn't as violent then. You had gangster rap, but by that time you was more mature, you could kind of handle it. Some people couldn't. What happened? Some are dead, some are in jail. Same thing going on now. You get to the new music. Now he's saying, I can't take it no more. I just want to be so direct with everything. I want to be super edgy. And then they look at the rock stars. They look at the original rock stars, the Guns N' Roses. And if you listen to some of their messages, they kind of got away with everything. So now you got this record exec saying, go ahead, be edgy. The kids like it. Now these kids are killing each other, and then you come out with gang. Now a person that's 30 plus and over, all of a sudden, we ain't really listening to the lyrics like that. It's about the beat and the vibe, you know what I mean? We ain't checking for that unless we in the car with our children. But again, babies having babies. So what you say? Now you saying, this ain't right, but I love the beat. Maybe we can listen to it in the house. You know what I'm saying? Then you find out your girlfriend know the song. Girl, you know that? Now you're in the mirror, you kind of popping. Like, girl, I'm still 30. 30 the new 20. Right. So now it started to become more and more accepted. Right. Because babies had babies and you grew up together. So now it's almost like when you said a curse word for the first time. Or you did it in your parents' house for the first time. You was like, oh, get killed. But after you keep doing it a couple times, what mama don't know don't hurt her. That's what's going on with the music. So our conscience, we're losing the consciousness of what's going on. But you got conscious people that want to know why. You feel me? So it makes conversations like this. So for me, I'm like J. Cole. I told him I'm caught in the two generations. Now the reason why I said something about Frankie Beverly is because there was a moment in time when you were a child, and what did he say? Your uncle, your grandma, your auntie, even your mama was like, I ain't listening to that. We listening to this. What they do, turn it up. Oh, it's good music. You like, man, this ain't. But the more you heard it, the more and more it stuck. So when you hear, I'm so in love with you. Kids, I sing that at a young club, and 18-year-old kids singing it.
Right.
That make me feel good because I'm like, somebody.
How you doing? How you doing?
Here she go.
How you
She
doing?
just want to hear me sing.
Yeah, how you doing?
You know, you might hear, you make me happy.
Okay.
This you can tell. You stood right beside me.
Somebody got to do the slide to make it official.
I won't forget that I really love you.
Okay.
You should know. I want to make sure I'm right. Yeah. Say what? Before I go. But that shows you we can do what we want to do. What happens is, now I got deep, I'm going to get really deep. This is what happens. So now, we so competitive with ourselves. That's old, dog. But think about it. And Tab will tell you, a rapper's lifespan, the average rapper ain't going to be, he probably won't have a good 5 years, maybe. 2 to 3. It's some songs on the radio right now, I'm quite sure me and Tal and you know what I'm saying, and sit here and be like, I don't know how they gonna come for this, because it's a one-hit wonder. Because of social media, because the government they program to put stuff out there, bubble gum, ain't no soul food no more. It's all microwavable. How many times have you went to the microwave and warmed something up, and then 30 minutes later you're like, damn, I'm hungry again. But you go to your grandma's house and she cooked that meal and you be huffed, you wheezing. Damn, man, you sleepy? So what I did was I started researching that and trying to figure out, if I'm big brother and little brother all at once, how can I make a gumbo? Because what happens is when you get mainstream people like a Post Malone, Adele, Sam Smith, even in country, what they doing is making a gumbo of stuff. They taking hip hop, some pop, some soul, and what you think, you're like, oh my God. And what they doing? They taking what you did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and they making millions off of it. Because you don't want it no more. We, as a culture, we're so competitive. So our conscience has went away with what we need. So I said all that, and I know I was long-winded. I said all that to say, what we need is some fearless people like myself and like J. Cole, who are willing to put a message in it, but not enough to where they preaching and you don't want to hear it. They sprinkle. Curtis Mayfield sprinkled just a little sugar.
Right.
Some honeysuckle. He gave you a little bit of the streets, and then he gave, you know what I mean? It was certain artists that gave you a little bit of something. What made Al Green special? He talked about love, but it was all gospel. So it made you be like, oh.
Give him an example.
I'm gonna give him one chance.
I'll be wanting the example.
So again, that's basically what I wanted to say. I feel like if we are ever going to get back to substance and having a depth in our music that's thick, as opposed to what we have now, and I already know Tab will grit his teeth when I say this, as opposed to having rappers that sound like rappers and they just keep cloning them. I done heard Young Thugger 4 or 5 times.
Oh yeah. Okay. Whoever popular at the moment.
Whoever popular, we need 3 of them. It used to be, if EPMD was EPMD,
we don't need another.
We don't want no more. We don't want another Biggie. You remember how hard it was for your Rhino or whoever? He had one hit song. No, Gorilla, what's his name? Gorilla Black.
Sound like Big yeah.
He had one. Shine almost, he got it off, but then he kind of twisted and was like, okay, we know that's Shine.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is at the end of the day, we graduated and we're in a time period where we no longer make the rules. In the early 70s and 80s, we made the rules. So that's why Frankie Beverly withstood the test of time. Because your mama and everybody made the rules in the house. You feel what I'm saying? Now, because I know I'm a dad and my sons, I basically grew up with my sons, I know everything they know. But I still took what I had from my older family, and now I'm giving you substance. I'm giving you old school, I'm giving you soul on new age beats. So you still can two-step as opposed to twerk. That's all I gotta say. Thank you.
All right. Y'all give it up for Rico Bonito. And you can catch him on Thursday and Laugh It Up Thursdays. Okay, Tony. After all of that, what you got to say?
I got to say that was an excellent comment.
Absolutely.
That was much needed right there, and coming from someone who is in every aspect of what we're talking about. So when they drop it, you know they dropping it real. I saw the boy Peter Thomas coming here.
Yeah, you did. Peter Thomas, give him a shout out.
A minute karate chopping. But yeah.
Well, he did.
Yeah, he did a little karate chopping. I'm a tripper.
I'm going to get him there when I go to the back. But shout out to Peter Thomas for
Go take
allowing
his tags off
us to
his
be
car.
here every Tuesday for Grown Man Conversations
Yes.
at Sports One
Yes.
Bar in Charlotte. And he is actually opening up a new one in Miami, baby. Get ready for that one. Get ready for that one. The grand opening coming soon.
So listen, we have found out that the same thing probably that was missing years ago, because every era is something new.
Yeah.
So you got to think, every era you got something new. And you got, when Elvis came out, people was like, and James Brown came out. People was like, and then rock came out. And then people was like, and then you had people that was with gospel. Kirk Franklin got all the naysayers when he first came out, because they was like, he sound like hip hop. That can't be gospel. Yeah. And then Kirk broke it down, and I used the music to get the ears that a lot of the older verbiage ain't reaching. Yeah. Because Rico, we used to say, you can't reach CD's ears with a Mahalia Jackson cassette. Meaning these young kids, they don't got to do something to pique their interest. Kirk said, once I get them in the building with the music, then the message, I got them, because they right in there listening to me. So with music, it's always something. I like the young lady at the bar who's got the daughter. She says her daughter is the DJ, and she listens to what her daughter plays, and she rocks with that. But we also go back to the era of, listen, it might be in your best interest not to listen to so much of this versus more of this.
Right.
And as you get older, you're going to do, especially with music, you're going to go listen to what you want to listen to anyway, but you want to have some kind of foundation, because music is powerful and lyrics are very, it's an influencer. Mm-hmm. So you think the kids aren't paying attention, it's like the adults are paying attention to the same thing. That's why when you get older, I was talking to Rico about that, and you talk about a song to put me in the mood, we got to go back in our catalog.
Yeah.
It's hard to stay modern day and be like, let me find me something to listen to right now. You got to start digging. You know what I mean? And even if you ain't got to start digging all the way back, You got to dig. You got to find some of that good Usher.
Hey, that
You
good
know what I
Usher.
mean? You got to,
Before-
boy, you got to dig.
Before he allegedly had them herpes. That Usher.
Yeah, really? That's what we're doing now?
Yeah, that good Usher.
Okay.
For the ladies,
She
before
picking-
allegedly he had them herpes.
She picking right back off the clown comment.
Yeah.
So, and then you find yourself digging. You go like, give me some loose ends.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, it ain't even the group, it's the sound. It's like the sound.
Yeah.
It's something after 7.
What
Ready
was
or
the
not,
girls who sang,
like Ready or Not was that thing.
What was the name of those girls?
Marvin.
I heard it through the radio.
No, not that one. You and me will be fine, and I thought that
That was Brownstone.
Oh yeah, the Brownstones.
That was Brownstone.
You're so
Great
cute.
run.
I can't sing like you, Rico.
But that melodic space,
Yeah,
that harmony, that's why you miss In Vogue.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you want to, listen, first of all, music crosses all color barriers. And I listen to everything coming up. I had Steely Dan on a blue cassette. Now, you might not know who Steely Dan is, but if it wasn't for Steely Dan, you wouldn't have no Michael McDonald.
What's that little song for?
Nah, you might not know who Michael McDonald is. I can't say no Steely Dan. You might not know who Michael McDonald
You
is.
turned me on to Steely
But
Dan.
you know the Doobie Brothers. You know who the Doobie Brothers are. And Michael McDonald used to sing background for Donald Fagen. Me and Rico know Donald Fagen is the voice that you hear when you put on Steely Dan, and it's a certain voice that you hear, and you like, oh, that blue-eyed soul, Hall and Oates.
Yeah.
And you can take the color out the way. Everybody in here know Man Eater. Oh, here she comes. Everybody can sing that. Everybody can sing Sarah Smile too if you're having a bad day.
Yeah.
You can put on that Sarah Smile. If you feel like leaving, you know you can't go. But I'll be, listen, but till tomorrow. If you want to be free, come on.
How'd it go?
You can sing that Eagles, Take It to the Limit.
How'd it go?
You can sing that all night long.
How'd it go?
You see what I mean? You can go all the way back to Engelbert Humperdinck.
You know how
If
it
your
goes.
mama wanted to do that, you go all the way back.
Let the people hear. For the young kids who don't know, they can go research.
I don't know
Do
how to
something
do
how it
this all.
goes.
I don't know how to do all that. Then we just going back, showing them there ain't no barriers when it comes to the music. And if you're talking about hip hop, the same messages they saying now, we were saying then. We just said them different. That's all. We was talking about Jimmy hats. The J, the I, the M, the M, the Y, the J, the I, the M, that's Jimmy. And we just telling you to practice safe sex. That's all we saying. Nowadays, they ain't telling you practice safe sex because they told the girl, what? They told the girl to get that top.
They eating groceries and everything.
You think? Listen,
Yeah.
he wasn't doing that back in the day, huh? The girl, that's a female singing that.
You can't eat everybody groceries.
I heard my son, well,
That can't be safe.
eating groceries, putting it on the song though. That's the thing, you done got comfortable where you put them kind of lyrics out on a song that everybody gonna sing.
Yeah.
And we gonna play it on the radio, and we gonna have to tell somebody, what does she mean eating groceries? What does that mean? Now you gotta explain it.
What about the future? Talking about putting his thumb in place.
Right. And Future nasty.
Everybody, the DJ cut the record off so Future can tell he gonna put his thumb in the butt.
What's trouble butter?
That's terrible.
Truffle butter.
Yeah, they
Truffle butter.
Drake used truffle butter.
Terrible.
Drake was talking about truffle butter. I mean, it's
That's where we at though.
Yeah. Hey, it's a nasty culture.
It's
I don't
nasty.
want no truffle butter or no thumbs in my
We thought it didn't get no nastier with Luke. You know what I mean? We thought it didn't get no nastier with Luke.
Right.
But it get worse.
Yeah.
And that's because the younger generation is very graphic. But look at what they see on TV. Man, you can see a sex commercial about a ice cream cone now. She half naked, she's selling cable. Like, what's that got to do with cable? You got a thong on. But everything is sexual overtones. So the kids ain't got no choice. And a lot of moms and dads, boy, look, that old school era when you was just a parent. And now we want to be cool and we want to be good friends and we want to hang out. Boy, look.
Let it go.
Right. Then when you tell your son, you don't need to be listening to that. Then he want to come at you and be like, well, you listen to it.
Right.
Or, why I can't listen to it? Woody, woody, woody.
And that's another whole grown man conversations topic.
That's where you at with it.
Yeah.
So that was great tonight.
Yes, it was.
Great conversation tonight. Thank everybody for
Thank you for coming out. Yes.
on what we was doing tonight. And make sure you go to Grown Man Comedy channel on YouTube and subscribe. Make sure you go to hashtag 60second jokes and subscribe.
Yes.
Do the same thing every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. We're right here at Sports One. Also, we have a comedy show this Thursday night.
Thursday, every first Thursday of the month.
TK Kirkland is coming. And I got 2 pair of tickets. My advance tickets are $15. They're $20 at the door. But I got them right now in my pocket for $10. It's only $10 a pair. And my man Rico Barrino is going to be doing this thing live.
In
so
the building.
make sure you get in where you fit in. I know you need you a laugh. Everybody in this room need a good laugh. If you've been living long enough, you need your good laugh. And laughter is still the best medicine. You can't support nobody. They're just like hoes. Your grandmama can't have no support if she don't put them on.
Pantyhose,
So-
not the hose that you go get on the corner. Pantyhose.
So if they just lay on the bed and you don't apply them, then she can't get no support. So it's the same thing. The support with us is actually coming through.
Yeah.
Actually pulling up, coming out. Show your love to Rico.
Yes.
Show your love to TK, who you hadn't
TK.
seen perform live in over like 10 years. I
Here in
haven't
the
been with
QC.
him on stage in over 15 years. So the reunion is going to be crazy. The energy is going to be crazy in the room. Customer appreciation show. So I got 2 pair. That's all I got left is 2 pair. And that's it. No,
And
no
them
extra.
pair, if he give you that, you better get there on time.
Well, we're not giving them. We got to buy them. They $10 a piece.
Well, then you really better get there on time because the tickets is really 15. So that means you basically got RSVP free tickets.
I told them it was early bird.
Yeah,
Well,
get
I
there
got
on time because it is going to be a sellout show.
No more.
Yep.
Okay. She came in here crunk tonight.
I did.
She came in here crunk tonight, brother J. I don't know what it is. It ain't no, right, ain't no tone down, nothing. It's just wide open tonight, boy. She hosted by her damn self tonight.
No, I
Now it was just her.
No, I didn't.
I was here, but I was like a hologram. Right, I don't know what it is. Right. Yeah, gracious. What she got going on?
That black girl magic.
So every Tuesday night we're here at 8 o'clock.
Every
right here.
Tuesday.
Sports One, come through, show your love. And of course, we don't take it in. Now we politic
Yeah.
black-owned businesses.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself. You never know who you're sitting around. Get you something else to drink. All right? Get you something to eat from the kitchen.
And listen to
all
my
right?
DJ
Politic.
kill it. All right?
And
All
ask
right.
Shalon to drink water the rest of the night.
I'm going to get one more.
No, she
I'm gonna
not.
get one more.
No, she not. No, Mr. Black. It's about to go down tonight.
Finesse don't give it to
Finesse
him.
Finesse better not sneak. She over there right now. Look at Finesse. And calling the play right now. Come on, come to the back, Yolanda.
That's right.
The lighting better back there. Come take a picture. You're like, how you get that drink? Finesse.
Back. No,
Open
that's
the
all
seat up.
good. So
Open the
next Tuesday, 8 o'clock, Sports One Charlotte, Grown Man Conversations. Peace.